Welcome to another episode of Books and Bytes.
Hello.
Today, we're plunging into the entirety of Chuck Palahniuk's Fight Club.
Ah, yes. A really impactful one.
Definitely. And this isn't just a quick look at, the famous opening, the unnamed narrator, gun in his mouth, Tyler Durden right there, a building about to blow.
That explosive start.
Exactly. Our mission today is to really unpack his whole journey. We want to explore the complete plot, understand how he gets there, and dig into the pretty explosive ideas in this story.
It's quite a ride. And what always strikes me first is that contrast, isn't it? Between that chaotic opening and where he starts.
You mean his life before Tyler?
Yeah, his pre-Tyler existence. It's just suffocatingly normal on the surface. Think about his job.
The recall coordinator.
Right. Coldly calculating, the cost of human life versus a recall. It just screams dehumanization, that corporate grind that's clearly eating away at him.
Absolutely. And that detachment, it isn't just at work, is it? It spills over into everything. His obsession with stuff.
Oh, the furniture.
The furniture. He's filling his condo with, specific brands. Yahanashov armchair, Rizlampa lamps, the Haparanda sofa. He really believes buying this stuff will make him feel whole.
And Palahniuk uses those real recognizable brands so effectively, doesn't he? It just highlights that emptiness, trying to buy an identity off the shelf.
Yeah, seeking individuality through mass production. It's ironic.
It really is. And it feels like all that shopping is just papering over something much deeper. The insomnia, for instance.
The insomnia, distance of everything, as he calls it, that total disconnection.
Exactly. And then the doctors... Frankly, terrible advice sends him somewhere unexpected.
To the support groups for the terminally ill. It's so dark, but also darkly funny.
It is. He finds this intense emotional release, a real catharsis, by pretending to be dying among people who actually are.
And he gets hooked on it, addicted to that feeling, that vulnerability, even though it's fake. And weirdly, it lets him sleep.
For a while, anyway. Until Marla Singer shows up.
Marla, the other faker.
Right. Her presence just shatters his whole charade. He sees his own lie reflected in hers, and bam, the insomnia is back. His little coping mechanism is gone.
And it's right then, in that fragile state, that he meets Tyler Durden. On a business trip, of all places.
Tyler? The soap salesman. Talk about a contrast to the narrator.
Completely. He's got this wild philosophy, totally rejecting the narrator's whole consumer lifestyle. And the soap itself.
Made from stolen human fat from liposuction clinics. It's grotesque, but also, like you said before, symbolic. Society commodifying everything, even human waste.
It's deeply unsettling. So that meeting is the spark. Then the narrator gets home.
And his perfectly curated condo is just gone, destroyed. Maybe not an accident.
Yeah, the implication's there. So he calls the only person he can think of, Tyler.
Who offers him a place to stay in that rundown house on Paper Street. But there's a condition.
The request. I want you to hit me as hard as you can.
And that's it. That's the moment everything changes. That first fight in the parking lot.
Right. It's not about anger at Tyler, really. It's this release. All that pent-up frustration about his life, his job, the IKEA furniture. It just comes out.
The physical pain is real. Unlike the emotional tourism of the support groups. It's something tangible.
And that one fight, it catches on.
It grows, doesn't it? Organically into this underground thing, Fight Club. With its rules.
The first two rules being the most famous, of course. Don't talk about Fight Club.
Creates that secrecy, that shared sort of transgression.
Yeah.
And the narrator is clear. It's not about winning or losing.
No, it's about transformation. Pushing yourself. Finding something real in the violence. Self-trust, almost.
You see these guys who seemed kind of lost before, finding some kind of strength.
And who are these guys? It's interesting. Mostly young men. Educated, but stuck in service jobs, feeling disconnected.
Exactly. Disillusioned. Like society hasn't given them a way to feel, masculine or challenged. Fight Club becomes this brutal, weird rite of passage.
Meanwhile, Tyler's doing his own disruptive things, his night jobs.
Oh, yeah. The projectionist gig, splicing single frames of porn into family movies.
And the waiter job, contaminating food at fancy banquets. Just pure contempt for the system.
It all feeds into his philosophy. It's only after we've lost everything that we're free to do anything. He sees consumerism as slavery. The things you own end up owning you.
It makes you wonder, is he talking about literal destruction or is it more about shedding societal expectations? The book leaves that open, I think.
Definitely. Then Marla comes crashing back in.
Oh, yeah.
Her suicide attempt.
And Tyler saves her. Sort of. It leads to their relationship, which is intense and disturbing.
And it really messes with the narrator. He's caught in this bizarre triangle. His bond with Tyler, his complicated feelings for Marla, it's isolating for him.
Yeah, and all this time, Fight Club is getting bigger, spreading. The narrator notices the change in himself, in the others.
That line, after a night in Fight Club, everything in the real world gets the volume turned down.
It really captures it. The intensity makes normal life seem pale, pushing them further away from the mainstream.
But Tyler wants more than just Fight Club. His ambitions grow.
Which leads to Project Mayhem, operating out of the Paper Street house.
And the Space Monkeys, his followers. Shaved heads, black clothes, completely devoted, total surrender of identity to Tyler's cause.
It gets organized too. Committees, assault, arson, mischief, disinformation.
The homework assignments. They start kind of small, vandalism, but they escalate. Fast. Acts of sabotage targeting consumer culture.
And you feel the narrator's unease growing, right? He sees how extreme Kyler's getting, but he feels powerless to stop it. His own life is falling apart too.
The memory gaps become a huge red flag. He starts blacking out.
Waking up in different cities, finding fight clubs already there, people calling him Tyler. That's when you, the reader, and he start thinking something's seriously wrong.
Yeah, Palahniuk plants those seeds cleverly. Then comes the death of Robert Paulson.
Bob.
From the support groups. And the Space Monkeys chanting, his name is Robert Paulson.
It's chilling. It horrifies the narrator, shows the cult-like aspect.
It's a turning point. He tries to shut Project Mayhem down.
And they just look at him like he's Tyler. They obey him as Tyler. That's the final piece clicking into place.
And then the big reveal. The gut punch.
He is Tyler Durden.
Tyler isn't real. He's an alternate personality. Created during the insomnia. Born from all that repressed anger and dissatisfaction.
Suddenly, it all makes sense. The blackouts, why Marla never saw them together, the conflicting orders. Everything slots into place. Tyler is his shadow self, acting out everything he couldn't.
Psychologically fascinating. And then we find out Tyler's, or rather his ultimate plan.
Operation Latte Thunder.
Blow up buildings.
Yeah.
Credit card companies specifically. Erase the debt. Crash the whole financial system.
It's the ultimate expression of Tyler's destructive ideology. Tear it all down for some kind of primal rebirth.
So now the narrator knows the truth. And his mission becomes stopping himself. Stopping Tyler.
He goes to Marla. She confirms that she only knows him, the narrator, but sometimes he just becomes a different person. They start piecing together how big this whole thing has become.
He tries to warn the police, but that backfires spectacularly.
Because the police are in Fight Club. They're part of Project Mayhem. There's no outside help.
So it becomes this frantic race against time. Him fighting his own body, his own mind, trying to disable the bombs Tyler set.
Which brings us back to the beginning. On top of the Parker Morris building, the confrontation.
Him versus himself.
And in a final desperate act to kill Tyler, to reclaim himself, he puts the gun in his own mouth and shoots himself through the cheek.
It's brutal. Self-destruction is a way to destroy the destructive part of himself.
Just then, Marla shows up, and the bombs, they fail. He managed to sabotage them earlier. Tyler's grand plan is stopped.
But the cost is immense. Physically, mentally.
The epilogue finds him where?
In a mental institution, which he initially thinks might be heaven, disturbingly enough.
And even there, he's not free. The orderlies.
They're space monkeys, whispering that Project Mayhem continues, that they're waiting for Tyler's return. It's so ambiguous.
Marla visits him, offers her own brand of cynical comfort, but is Tyler really gone or just dormant?
The book leaves that hanging, doesn't it?
Yeah.
He reflects on where Tyler came from, his own frustrations, his desires. He seems to understand that destruction wasn't the answer.
But he's left in limbo. Still defined by Fight Club, still asks if Tyler's coming back. It's an unresolved ending.
Yeah, the whole plot, when you lay it out, is this incredibly potent, unsettling look at identity, masculinity, consumer culture, the search for meaning. It really makes you think about modern life and what lurks underneath.
A truly intense and thought-provoking journey, absolutely. From that quiet desperation to the explosive climax and the unsettling quiet after.
It stays with you.
It really does. If you want to experience the full, uncut narrative and wrestle with these complex themes yourself, be sure to grab a copy of the book from the link in the description.
Definitely worth a read.
And subscribe to Books and Bytes.